Admiral Isabella Martinez stood at the reinforced windows of Earth's orbital command center, her dark eyes fixed on the distant stars. 20 years of military service hadn't prepared her for this moment. The holographic display behind her painted the command center in an eerie blue glow, showing thousands of incoming objects approaching Earth's solar system. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tension coursing through her body. Lieutenant James Sullivan's fingers danced across his console. Multiple objects detected crossing the Kuiper Belt, Admiral. Size and energy signatures suggest a massive fleet. Nothing we've ever seen matches these patterns. The command center hummed with controlled chaos as officers coordinated with defense stations worldwide. Humanity had prepared for this day, but preparation and reality were very different beasts. "How long until they reach communication range?" Martinez asked, turning to face her crew. "Approximately 6 hours, Admiral," Sullivan responded. "They're maintaining a steady approach vector." Martinez nodded, her mind already calculating possibilities. Earth's apparent defenses were minimal. A few orbital platforms, some surface-to-space weapons, nothing that would worry an advanced alien civilization. That was exactly how they wanted it to appear. "Send word to all quantum shield facilities," she ordered. "Initialize warming sequences, but maintain complete emissions control. I want everything to look normal from the outside." The next 6 hours passed in a blur of preparation and anticipation. When the alien fleet finally established communication, their message was typically imperial. A towering figure appeared on the main screen, its scaled skin a deep purple, eyes like molten gold. "I am High Admiral Zexthor of the Vestraxian Empire. Your world has been chosen for integration into our dominion. Surrender now, and your species will be permitted to serve under our guidance." Martinez stepped forward, projecting an image of calm authority. "This is Admiral Isabella Martinez of Earth's United Defense Force. We are a sovereign world and have no interest in becoming part of your empire." Zexthor's laugh echoed through the command center. "You mistake this for a negotiation. Primitive. Our scans show your defensive capabilities. You have no technology that could hope to resist us. Surrender now, or we will take your world by force." "I understand," Martinez replied, allowing a hint of fear to enter her voice. "May we have 12 hours to consult with our world's leaders." The alien commander's mandibles clicked in amusement. "You have 6 hours. Then we begin our assault." As the communication ended, Martinez's facade dropped, replaced by a predatory smile. They took the bait. "Status of the Quantum Shield Network. All stations report ready, Admiral. Power levels optimal, and synchronization is perfect. And the Prometheus satellites. All 20,000 are in position, completely masked by the quantum field." Martinez accessed her neural link, connecting directly with Earth's defense grid. Humanity had spent the last 50 years preparing for this moment, hiding their true technological capabilities behind a carefully constructed mask of primitive spaceflight and basic weapons. The Vestraxians had no idea they were attacking a world that had mastered quantum mechanics, developed consciousness transfer technology, and created weapons that could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. "All stations, this is Admiral Martinez. Initialize Defense Protocol Alpha. Maintain emissions control until my mark. Let's show these aliens why Earth is called a death world." The next 6 hours were spent in precise preparation. Every weapon system was checked and rechecked. The quantum shield generators, hidden in facilities across the planet, hummed with contained power. The Prometheus satellites, invisible to conventional detection methods, waited in their perfect orbital positions. When the Vestraxian fleet began their approach, their formation was perfect, their weapons primed. They expected a short, decisive victory over a primitive world. "Enemy fleet has crossed the lunar orbit," Sullivan announced. "They're launching their first wave of fighters." Martinez straightened her uniform. "Let them get closer. Wait until they've committed their forces." The alien fighters streaked toward Earth, followed by larger assault ships. They met no resistance, no desperate attempts at defense. Their confidence grew with each passing moment. "Enemy forces have reached the stratosphere," Sullivan reported. Martinez's smile turned fierce. "Spring the trap. Quantum shield network, activate. Prometheus satellites, weapons free." In an instant, the seemingly defenseless Earth transformed. A shimmering barrier of quantum energy materialized, trapping the Vistraxian assault force inside. Simultaneously, 20,000 hidden satellites revealed themselves, their weapons already firing. The alien fighters found themselves caught in a web of quantum disruption fields, their advanced technology failing as space itself seemed to turn against them. The larger ships fared no better, their shields useless against weapons that bypassed normal space. "By the Empire," Zexthor's voice crackled through the command channel. "What is this?" "This," Martines responded, "is why you shouldn't judge a world by its apparent technology. Earth isn't just another conquest, High Admiral. We're the planet that evolved under constant threat, that turned endless warfare into an art form, that developed technologies your empire couldn't even imagine." She watched as the first wave of the Vistraxian fleet was systematically destroyed, their mighty ships reduced to quantum particles by Earth's hidden defenses. "This is your only warning," Martines continued. "Retreat now, or learn firsthand why Earth is classified as a death world." The battle had only just begun, but humanity had already made its point. They weren't prey to be hunted. They were predators who had learned to hide their teeth. High Admiral Zexthor's response to Earth's revelation was swift and brutal. The main Vistraxian fleet surged forward, thousands of warships emerging from hyperspace in a stunning display of military might. Their energy weapons lit up space like artificial stars, attempting to overwhelm Earth's defenses through sheer firepower. Commander Raj Patel watched from his stealth corvette, the Shadow of Terra, as the alien armada approached. His ship, along with hundreds of others, lay hidden in the quantum wake of Earth's defensive barrier, invisible to even the most advanced sensors. "Tactical analysis," he asked his AI companion, Araya. "The Vistraxians are employing standard Imperial battle doctrine." Araya responded, her holographic form flickering beside him. "They believe overwhelming force will eventually break through any defense." Patel allowed himself a small smile. "Time to show them why that won't work here. Signal the Ghost Fleet. Execute Pattern Hydra." Across the battlefield, Earth's hidden fleet sprang into action. Ships equipped with quantum displacement drives began appearing and disappearing at random intervals, striking at the Vistraxian fleet's weak points before vanishing again. Each attack was precisely calculated, targeting shield generators, weapon systems, and propulsion units. In the orbital command center, Admiral Martinez coordinated with Dr. Kaida Tanaka, Earth's leading quantum physicist. Status of the Prometheus network. Dr. Tanaka's fingers danced across her holographic interface. "The network is adapting to their attack patterns. Each shot they fire teaches our quantum eye more about their technology. We're approaching optimal countermeasures." The Vistraxian fleet's formation began to break as Earth's Ghost Fleet continued its hit-and-run attacks. Ships that should have been impossible to target found their shields failing, their weapon systems corrupted by quantum interference patterns they couldn't detect, let alone defend against. "Impossible." Zexthor's voice boomed across the command channel. "Your technology. It defies all known physics." "No," Martines responded calmly. "It simply operates on principles your empire hasn't discovered yet. Humanity learned long ago that conventional physics was just the beginning." On board the Shadow of Terra, Paddle received new tactical data from Araya. "The Vistraxians are adapting, Commander. They're attempting to reconfigure their shields to counter our quantum attacks." "Just as we expected," Patel nodded. "Signal all ships. Begin Phase 2. The Ghost Fleet's attacks suddenly ceased. In the moment of confusion that followed, Earth's orbital defense grid activated its second layer of protection. Thousands of quantum resonance generators synchronized, creating a cascading wave of spatial distortions. "They're more resourceful than we anticipated," Martinez observed. Dr. Tanaka, are they breaking through? No, Admiral. They're trying to use conventional energy fields to disrupt our quantum matrix. It's like trying to stop a tsunami with a paper fan. But she paused, studying the data streaming across her screens. They're learning, adapting faster than we predicted. Martinez's expression hardened. Then we don't give them time to adapt. Commander Patel, you have authorization to deploy the Lazarus Protocol. In the shadow of Terra, Patel's eyes widened slightly. The Lazarus Protocol was one of humanity's most closely guarded secrets, a weapon system that could literally rewrite the laws of physics within a localized area. Acknowledged, Admiral. Area. Begin Lazarus initialization sequence. As the Ghost Fleet moved into position, the trapped Vistraxian ships continued their desperate attempts to break free. Zexthor's voice came through again, this time with an edge of desperation. What manner of demons are you? No species should have this level of control over reality itself. We're not demons, High Admiral, Martins replied. We're humans. We evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day, survived countless wars among ourselves, and emerged stronger each time. We learned to bend reality to our will because we had to. And now, she nodded to Dr. Tanaka, who activated the final sequence. Now you'll understand why the galaxy calls Earth the Deathworld. The Lazarus Protocol activated. In carefully calculated zones around the trapped Vistraxian ships, the fundamental constants of physics began to shift. Ships that had withstood the quantum distortions found themselves in spaces where the speed of light, gravitational constants, and even the strong nuclear force operated under different rules. Hull plating designed to withstand incredible forces began to dissolve as atomic bonds weakened. Energy weapons fired by the aliens dissipated harmlessly as photons followed new and unpredictable paths. The mighty Vistraxian fleet, pride of their empire, was being unmade by forces they couldn't comprehend. Final warning, High Admiral, Martins announced. Retreat now, or we'll be forced to demonstrate even more of Earth's defensive capabilities. The command center fell silent as they waited for a response. Humanity had revealed more of their technological advancement in the past few hours than they had in 50 years of space exploration. The question now was whether the Vistraxians would recognize their defeat or force Earth to unleash even more devastating weapons. The fate of both civilizations hung in the balance, suspended in a moment of quantum uncertainty. High Admiral Zexthor's response came not in words but in actions. The remaining Vistraxian ships suddenly engaged their emergency warp drives, tearing holes in the quantum containment field as they retreated. But this wasn't surrender, it was tactical withdrawal. They're regrouping at the edge of the solar system, Dr. Tanaka reported, studying the quantum sensor readings. And we're detecting massive hyperspace disturbances, more ships incoming. Admiral Martinez's expression remained stoic. As expected, sound general quarters. This was only their advance force. The hyperspace ruptures bloomed like dark flowers against the starfield. From them emerged not just warships, but massive constructs that dwarfed even the largest vessels in the first wave. At their center, a vessel larger than any yet seen emerged, the personal flagship of Emperor Krath himself. Humans. The Emperor's voice filled every communication channel, deeper and more resonant than Zexthor's. You have impressed us. No species has ever repelled a Vistraxian fleet, but you have forced my personal intervention. Surrender now, or face the full might of our civilization. In the shadow of Terra, Commander Patel received new orders from Earth Command. All Ghost Fleet vessels, initiate Protocol Prometheus Prime. The Emperor wants to see our full might. Let's oblige him. Across Earth's orbital sphere, hidden quantum generators began powering up to levels previously untested. Dr. Tanaka's hands flew across her controls, initiating sequences decades in development. Admiral, Prometheus Prime is ready, but at these power levels, we can't guarantee complete control of the quantum cascade effect. Martinez nodded grimly. Sometimes the best defense is to show your enemy exactly how outmatched they are. Execute. The space around Earth began to change. The quantum shield that had protected the planet transformed, its energy spreading outward in a wave that defied conventional physics. As it touched the Vistraxian ships, their advanced technology began to respond in unexpected ways. Emperor Kraft watched in growing horror as his mighty fleet's systems began to fail, not through destruction or overload, but through fundamental changes in how they operated. Human quantum technology wasn't just disrupting their systems, it was rewriting them. Impossible, he roared. All ships, full assault. Break through their defenses at any cost. But humanity had one more card to play. Dr. Tanaka activated the final phase of Prometheus Prime. The quantum field surrounding Earth pulsed, and in that moment, every piece of human technology in orbit revealed its true nature. The seemingly primitive satellites transformed, unfolding into massive battle stations. The Ghost Fleet ships shed their stealth fields, revealing designs that seemed to bend reality around them. And from Earth's surface, enormous structures began to rise, quantum forge complexes that had been hidden underground for decades. Emperor Kraft, Martins addressed the Vistraxian leader directly. You see now what we've become. Humanity hasn't just been defending itself. We've been preparing to take our place among the stars. Not as conquerors, but as equals who will not be subjugated. The final battle was brief but spectacular. The Vistraxian fleet, for all its might, found itself fighting an enemy that seemed to operate outside the normal laws of physics. Human ships phased through their strongest attacks, weapons struck from impossible angles, and Earth's quantum field continued to expand, transforming the very nature of space around them. Emperor Kraft, watching his mighty armada fall piece by piece, finally understood. Earth wasn't just a death world. It was an incubator for a species that had transformed adversity into unprecedented advancement. Enough, he finally commanded, his voice carrying the weight of resignation. Admiral Martinez, I offer terms. The terms were negotiated quickly. The Vistraxian Empire would recognize Earth as a sovereign power, establish diplomatic relations, and most importantly, acknowledge humanity's right to develop its technology without interference. As the Vistraxian fleet retreated, Martinez stood in the command center, watching the quantum field slowly return to its dormant state. Dr. Tanaka, begin power-down sequences. Commander Patel, maintain Ghost Fleet patrols until they've left the system. Admiral, Lieutenant Sullivan spoke up, we're receiving transmissions from across the galaxy. Other civilizations monitored the battle. They're requesting diplomatic contact. Martins allowed herself a small smile. This had always been the true goal, not just defending Earth, but announcing humanity's presence on the galactic stage in a way that would ensure they were treated as equals. Send standard diplomatic responses, she ordered, and notify the Council. Project Ascension is now entering Phase 2. As Earth's defenses returned to their hiding places and the quantum shield resumed its invisible watch, humanity prepared for a new era. They had protected their world, revealed their strength, and earned their place among the stars. The Death World had become a cradle for something unprecedented, a species that had mastered the fundamental forces of the universe, not through conquest, but through the necessity of survival. And now, finally, they were ready to share their knowledge with the galaxy. But always on their own terms, and always with the understanding that Earth's children would never again be seen as primitive or weak. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Underestimate humanity at your own risk. The end.